So as we said, those seem like real symptoms and ominous ones, but we're not doctors. Mark Siegel is. He's been listening. He joins us now with his assessment of what's happening. Doctor, thanks for coming on. What do you think of that?
It's really bad. I mean, Tucker, first of all, they're not alone. There's a lot of people in the area that have had a lot of irritation to their eyes, skin rashes, headaches, fatigue. But you know the symptom that leaps out at me, and it leaped out at you, which is the coughing of blood. And I have to tell you, we've been talking a lot of vinyl chloride, and that's what their water, they describe their water as having a blue sheen. That's probably vinyl chloride. They were exposed to the cloud. That sounds like vinyl chloride. But you know what? No one's been talking about is that vinyl chloride can break down to phosgene gas. That's right. Which was used as a poison in World War I, and it's very corrosive to the lungs in very tiny amounts. And Stat News, which is a medical newspaper, asked the EPA today, have you checked for phosgene gas? No response. Also dioxins, which can cause reproductive problems and behavioral problems and long-term breast cancer risk. Another thing that when you burn vinyl chloride you gets into the water, the groundwater, gets into the soil, stays there for years. They have to see a pulmonologist, of course. They have to get their lungs checked. If they're worried about long-term risks, that would have to do with continued exposure. The vinyl chloride in the air, or even the phosgene in the air, goes away in a day or two. But we're finding these chemicals as far away as West Virginia right now. And by the way, Governor DeVine, when you say that you're drinking the water, I don't think that's reassuring anybody. I think you got to come forward and say as a leader, this is bad. People don't feel good. People are in terrible shape. And to whitewash it and to drink the water, that's a political move. It's not a medical move. Same with the EPA. You know, this is something that's been swept under the rug for 2 weeks now. As you said, the president's in Poland. He should be there. Pete Buttigieg should be there. The governor of Ohio, as I just said, should be there. And it should have been from 2 weeks ago, as soon as this black plume cloud occurred. Now it's in the soil already. It's in the water already. Exactly. And people are very, very sick, Tucker.
And I mean, not to be too direct, but Mike DeWine is an elderly man. We should care what our 30-year-olds, our married 30-year-olds who own homes and have decades, we hope, ahead of them. How are they doing? No one seems to care at all.
I'm worried about their lungs, and I'm worried about long-term cancer risk. And as you always point out, the endocrine disruptors here are terrible. Fertility.
Just what we need. Dr. Mark Siegel, I appreciate your assessment tonight. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Tucker.